Bell rolls is the reporter thrown into the secretive world of the Forex Super Model, where nothing is as it seems. Beware the techno monk, and steer clear of Professor Code and his two assistants. Give the senior trader a wide berth, and don't expect any sense from the risk manager.
Good morning, I'm Professor Code. This is the Forex Super Model daily briefing for Wednesday the 6th of October 2021. Time is just coming up to 0435, just gone 4:30 in the morning GMT. Asian session coming to close, European session firing up, our lunchtime North American session. Right, let's look yesterday then, Tuesday the 5th. We had a negative opposed driver in the yen at -179. Front and back door flows mainly going into the pound at +136, into the dollar at +58, and the euro was a negative rock at -15. Activity ±194. Right, so intra-week then, this is from Monday the 4th, open to about 15 minutes ago. We got a negative unopposed driver in the yen at -310. No backdoor flows. Excuse me. The opposing positive flows mainly going into the pound at +259, into the euro at +29, and the dollar was the positive rock at +22. Activity ±310. Right, so excuse me again. Yesterday we had a negative opposed driver in the yen. So the yen was very weak, driving positive flows mainly into the pound and a little bit into the dollar. And over the week, we've got the full weakness in the yen. It's the negative unopposed driver, so to the exclusion of all else in the majors. So the yen was basically driving the market in a negative manner, and it was pushing positive flows, as you can see, predominantly into the pound at +259, with the euro and the dollar positive, but only just above par really. So that's where we are there. Intraday then, this is the Asian session to about 15 minutes ago. We've got some symmetry here. We've got either yen weakness or dollar strength in equal measure. So you can either argue that the yen's negatively driving or the dollar is positively driving, and the euro and the pound are balanced in the middle. So that's on activity ±50. So okay, the other thing to notice is that so you've got this yen the yen increasingly weakening, the pound is increasingly strengthening, and then in the Asian session you've got this fall off in the pound, the yen's still weak, and you've got the euro and the dollar staying strong. So that's the main takeaway then, is the fact that you're starting to see pound weakness. Right, we'll stop it there and write up the flows. Right, we've written up the flows. So the euro is strong except against the dollar. The yen is weak except against the AUD and the NZD. The pound is weak except against the yen, the AUD and the NZD. The Swiss is strong except against the dollar and the euro. The CAD is strong except against the Swiss, the dollar and the euro. The AUD is weak except against the New Zealand dollar. The New Zealand dollar is weak across the board, and the dollar is strong across the board. So what have we got? So we've got dollar strength in the Asian session, New Zealand weakness in the Asian session, and we've got AUD and NZD weakness as well. And yen weakness. So right, let's have a look what's going to knock it about. We've had the New Zealand rates decision, and they hiked 25 basis points. Which arguably everyone was expecting in August, and they delayed it. As you can see, you've got an interesting response to that rate hike there. The New Zealand dollar is weak across the board this morning in the Asian session. And that's off the back of the market being completely driven to buy the New Zealand dollar for months previously. Right, so what else have we got? We've got Euro retail sales this morning, and ADP employment change report. Right, so that's the focus of today. Then obviously we're running into the sort of period of NFP on Friday. Right, so we'll stop it there and write up the asset classes and then do the final analysis. Right, we've written up the asset classes then. So US dollar index, basically it's been charging up, it came off and it's coming back. It's 0.20 from the high, so it's 20% off the modelled high. So it's still strong, but it's come back a bit. Gold doesn't like a strong dollar, it's 0.33 from the floor, 33% above the model floor. Oil did this break of resistance a couple of days ago. It's now 25% above the break in model terms. So oil's very strong. It's knocking on the door, $80 a barrel. Wall Street, S&P, Tech. They've all got this similar look. The equities came off and they haven't really recovered properly. Wall Street is 0.33 from the floor. S&P is 0.21 from the floor, and the Tech is 0.18 from the floor. So roughly 20 to 30% off away from the floors. And then you've got the US 10-year and the bond, which is, these are the prices of the bonds. So the US 10-year, the price has come down, bonds yields are strengthened up. It's 0.20 from the floor, 20% above the model floor, whereas the bond is at the model floor, which is interesting. So bond European yields are relatively stronger than dollar yields, suggesting that we're going to get this, we're going to get a swing over in relative strength in FX. We'll talk about that in a minute. Copper been chopping about wildly. It's now 0.26 from the floor. It's weak. US steel is nearly on the deck, 0.21 from the floor, 21% off the floor. So we'll get rid of that, and we'll just do the final analysis then. So today's ADP, and ADP is a notoriously poor measure of NFP, but it does shake the market up and give it pause for thought a couple of days before the NFP. So right, so what have we got? Let's just grab this. So we've got, in the majors, we've got the dollar, the euro, the yen and the pound. Right, the yen has been negatively driving, and yet equities have been soft. Okay, so that's one thing to note. The pound's been very positive, the dollar's been positive and strong, and the euro's been soft. So that's where we are. And if you look at the bund is on the deck, and that's the price. So we're likely to see a bounce in the euro. That's for sure. So and if you get a bounce in the euro, that's going to take some of the shine off the dollar. So the dollar's likely to do this. So you get positive euro, start to neutral to negative dollar. The yen has been driving very negatively and soft. So depending on what's happening with equities, that's the big question there. But the yen has got potential for either. It's got elbow room to go down, be softer, or bounce up massively. And the pound, so you've got flows into the euro. The pound is starting to come off, so negative. So basically you're looking at on the negative side, and on the positive side. So that's negative and that's positive. They're the ones we can probably get a handle on. The pound is likely to come off, and the euro is likely to come up. And then it's just a case what happens to the dollar and the yen. And the yen will be quite dependent on equities, and the dollar will take its lead probably from how much the euro comes up. So that's going to be the situation there. Commodity currencies are weak, suggesting that we've got issues in the risk on. So that's one thing. And if you look at the rest of the flows, you've got dollar strength across the board at the moment, and that means the majors and the other currency pairs, and you've got New Zealand weakness. So you've still got this dollar strength there, but ultimately we do think it's going to be replaced by euro strength, and the pound has got significant elbow room to come off. So that's where we are. You need to watch out for this. It's going to be positioning for the ADP, and then we'll take it from there. So I hope that was useful. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow for the briefing.